Hey there everyone, it's MisterStubstep, and if you're still here after watching the on-feet portion, thank you so much. I'm just going to go over a little bit of review and my experience with these boots overall. The reason why I do the on-feet portion forward is because when I go watch shoe videos, I usually just want to see the on-feet portion and then I move on. But if I really want to hear, what's going on with the shoes, I might listen a little bit longer. But that's why I put that in front. I know I'm not the most stylish person ever. I'm well aware of that. My favorite style with Doc Martens probably is like kind of the straight pant with like a little bit of area showing so you can show off the socks. I'll probably have a photo of like some model or something. And then the boots, so it kind of shows off the whole like entourage, the way that I have to wear them with my stubby legs. And I still feel awesome in them, but that's just my favorite style. And I unfortunately can't wear them that way because I can't find pants with that, length for my legs. But that's besides the point. Today, I'm going to be talking about the 1460 model of Doc Martens in a smooth leather, and it is smooth leather, and it is very smooth. So yes, the majority of this boot is leather, which is very beautiful and nice and sleek. And honestly, the fall and winter months, just beautiful. Oh, still smells like leather. That's the beauty of leather, is it smells like leather for a really long time. But I did get these in black. I purchased these in Europe last year, so I've had these for about a year now, and I think it was in Euro or Euro when I purchased these, but I imagine it was still like around 170, like in between 150 and $200 for this pair, which I think is well worth it. They're a boot that if you take care of them, they will last a lifetime. I've talked to other Doc Marten owners, and it is the truth if you take care of them, of course. But yep, here I have the boots. Actually, I'll show off both pairs, which are amazing, or both boots together. I mean, they do come in a pair. So overall, my history with these, I have had these for about a year. I've worn them to many different occasions and all of that. I would say the break-in period. So for a lot of shoes, there's always a little bit of a break-in period. Like some running shoes, you can kind of get away with like one run and then you're good. Or some shoes, they feel just fine right off the bat if they're more casual, like a pair of Vans or something. But these, it took a while. So what I do when I'm breaking in shoes, like I just go ham in them because I'm like, oh, I'll break them in faster. I suffer a lot quickly up front in order to make the break-in period smaller or shorter. But these were very stubborn. It is that leather. You can get other types of materials that will, I guess, break in much faster than these, but then they won't last as long. But these have the potential to last as long as you pretty much want to maintain them. And after a month, they started feeling better, but it probably took like a few months for them to fully break in. And you could even argue that these still aren't fully broken in, because I wore them a lot during the fall and winter months, and then now that it's summer, I haven't really worn these too much. I mean, there's still some stylish people that wear these during the summer months, but I'm not that stylish. But overall, it was painful. I highly recommend long socks. I don't know if it was just the way that my feet are, the way that I walk, but if you do not have long socks, like this part, it'll really rub on the back part of your heel, and it's pretty rough and painful. Once these were broken in, the only time my feet would kind of hurt is when you start getting over like 8 miles of walking around, which there's very few shoes that after 8 miles, your feet aren't going to hurt a little bit. I mean, even some running shoes after running for that long, it kind of hurts. So nothing too crazy there. Obviously, you can use like some protection and stuff. So I did use this Ultra Protector initially when I first got the boots, kind of sprayed on. It doesn't have to be their brand, like you can get all weather protection for like leather or whatever. And then whenever I go through a few weeks of heavy wear on these, of course, after like any type of night out or something like that, I'll wipe them down if there's like, alcohol spillage or mud or something on there. And then generally putting a little bit of this wax on there is good. Or Wonder Balsam. Balsam? I actually don't even know how to pronounce that word. Maybe I'll have a pronunciation or something pop up. But yeah, overall, these boots still, I mean, besides the creases and everything, they do still look really good. Obviously, I've only had them for a year. Probably better conversation like 10 years from now or whatever, but they are an expensive investment up front, but overall, just for the style and everything, they don't have like a zipper or anything to make them easy. There are some Docs that have like the zipper on the side, so they're really easy to slip on. I don't know if there's any on the zipper in the back. I own a pair of Vans skate highs that have the zipper in the back, and I freaking love them. Don't have to untie my shoes. It's like a slip-on, but a skate high form. Beautiful. But these pull tabs are very useful for just yoinking that boot on there. And they are made tough, so don't feel like you're gonna ruin the shoe or anything. The outsole is great and sturdy and tough. I did do some clubbing in these. Wouldn't recommend clubbing in these, but you can. I mean, you get a nice pair of pants, a nice long sleeve t-shirt. I was doing some dipping and diving and stuff. And overall, these held up. That was just part of my trying to break them in quicker, even though it didn't work. But still, I have nothing but great things to say. There is a painful break-in period. I will tell you that. but it's one of those things that it's worth it in the long run, you know? I think they say like beauty is painful or something like that. There might be some quote or something, but yeah, overall, great boots. Highly recommend. They are expensive. They are expensive. If you own a pair, if you own a different form of pair, please let me know your experiences. I'm, you know, kind of a newbie to these boots in general. The only boots I've ever worn are like work boots. I've never worn kind of more stylish boots like these, even though originally, you know, they were more traditional work boots. And then they just kind of, their look just really became popularized. And I do think it's a really cool look for a boot. I'm somebody that my style has kind of evolved very slowly. I would see these boots, I'm like, oh, I can never pull those off. And then finally, I was with my wife in Europe, and she's like, you should get some, because she had a pair. So now we can match too, which is nice. So overall, really pleased with the boots. The only downside is they are expensive, and the break-in period is painful and long. But in the long run, I think they're totally worth it. If you don't mind putting a little work, putting a little time, and putting a little maintenance, I think they're totally worth it. So please let me know what you thought of this video. Any suggestions or anything down below, or your experiences, or if there's better boots out there, or if, you know, just any good advice for people that, you know, if they're wanting to purchase these boots. And feel free to ask any questions. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. I'll do some research, whatever. But thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this is informative, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.